Good morning and welcome to your daily tarot reading. I'm Veronica. This is Veronica's Dreams Tarot. I hope you all are doing fantastic today. Welcome to anyone who's new. Those of you who are new, I do daily readings Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the collective, and then twice a month astrological readings. Yeah, sometimes I'll if I have time, we'll see. I'll put bonus readings, but I'm kind of just sticking with that schedule right now. Also, please remember to hit that thumbs up button and give me a comment on where you're listening from or how you like the video or just to say hi. I appreciate that, and it does help us to connect. Okay, let's get started. What do we have? What do we need to know today? What's going on? Current situation is the Temperance. I don't read reversals. I kind of mostly just keep them standing up. Present influence, High Priestess. Those are really interesting feminine energies there in the now. So what is what's something we don't see? Five of Wands. Unexpected is Four of Swords. Okay. Challenge. Death. Strength. Four of Pentacles. Where does this lead? Seven of Cups. Eight of Swords and the Chariot. Well, that's good that the Chariot comes out. This is interesting. Advice is Sun, and bottom of the deck is King of Pentacles. So if this is not somebody, and if it is somebody, it's probably an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or it could just be someone that's in charge or someone that you look up to. It doesn't have to be a male. If it's not that at all, if it's not about somebody, then it is a matter of like the idea, what's in your head or what the idea is behind this reading is like, I want to say leveling up, but being very stable, like finding stability. It could be around home, money, job, that kind of thing, not necessarily love, although it could. I would say mostly it's about that, like you just trying to find stability here. Some kind of stability is what the reading is probably about. We have the Temperance in the current situation with the High Priestess in the present influence. So being this is an influence, this energy is like your gut telling you, I feel like it's telling you that you could do whatever you need to do. With the Temperance is sometimes an alchemy card, putting things together. But it's also just kind of like, keeping your cool a little bit emotionally, like keeping your emotions in check. Your intuition is, I feel like, okay, so the feeling I'm getting with these two cards is kind of like looking at a situation. It's like this really weird feeling, like from a higher point, like from above, like looking down on it. And instead of being inside of the situation, look down on the situation, and not like you're looking down on it in a negative way, or like, but in other words, like separating yourself from it. And I feel like that's what you're doing though with the High Priestess. It's almost like separating yourself from the situation and realizing, I feel like with the Temperance is being in this encompassing era right now, or mood around you, that's like, okay, like I just got to take a step back a little bit. You have the five, well, we can clarify. I didn't clarify. I usually do. Let's clarify the High Priestess. What's behind the High Priestess here? Is there anything we need to know about that? Ace of Cups and Chariot. So there's something new you want to do. And this, I think this could be for some of you about a move, since we are talking about the King of Pentacles. It could be about a house, a move, a travel, but usually it could be even like moving for a job or something like that, because it's a new opportunity. And that's what you're kind of thinking about. Like, how do I get to this spot? So it may be, how do I move? How can I start moving? That kind of thing. Hold on just a second. I'm going to pause it just for a second. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, I feel like that's what your intuition is telling you. I feel like there's again this kind of feeling like it almost is like I got to see what's going to happen here because there's a new opportunity. And which way do I go? We do have the Chariot at the end of the meeting reading, and I do feel like too you may be intuitively understanding that this is going to be happening, and it is a new thing. It does spark a little bit of joy within you. Let's look further into the Temperance. Let's see what the Temperance is here. Is there anything with the Temperance? The Devil and the Lovers. Okay, so this is for some of you. Ooh, Ten of Swords. There's could be an ending here. The Temperance comes right before the Devil in the major arcana. So the Temperance is card 14, Devil is 15, and the Lovers, well, that's 6, but the Devil and the Lovers kind of can be together here. So I feel like this, I don't, for some of you, absolutely could be a relationship, but I feel like it's kind of like being in a position to make the right choice, but not being attached to a certain idea with the Devil. But the Lovers is also about choices. Also, because that Temperance is that alchemy. I feel like you understand what you need to do. You're kind of looking at it from a higher level and looking down and figuring it out. I feel like there is a choice here on which way to go, on what you want to do. I think the Devil is more of a warning, and I think you already know that. Like that's why you're looking at it from a higher level, is because there is some kind of attachment here that's going to be, a little bit difficult to navigate. We have the Five of Wands and what you don't see. There is some kind of push-pull happening in the background, like maybe some kind of challenge that you don't see. Okay, so this would be affecting this situation, but you're not aware of it, and you may not ever be aware of it. Tell me more about this Five of Wands. What could this be in the background happening? I feel like for some of you, this is, whatever this is, this energy is a forward movement, whether it's a job, a home, something like that, because there's, in the now, there's a lot of things happening where it's like making decisions with that Lovers that came up, but clarifying. We've got the Seven of Cups over here with the Four of Pentacles in your strength and the Death in your challenge. There is something here about changing things up. So anyway, let's keep going with the Five of Wands, please. What is this in the unseen? Ace of Wands and the Fool. You might not even be aware that there's a new opportunity coming in, and that what you're not aware of, if there is that for some reason you're conflicted about it. Because Ace of Wands and the Fool are really good beginnings. They're both kind of like just moving forward without a lot of thought, and just kind of trusting the universe here with the Fool. Ace of Wands, same type of energy, all in, going for it. But there's something here that you're conflicted about with this, and maybe it hasn't even surfaced. So I don't know if this is someone else, or it's your inner being, like more conflicted than you either are admitting, or that you want to like identify. You don't even want to look at it. It's like, no, I don't want to know that I'm conflicted about this, because I think you think it would be good for you, but you're like, no. So unexpected is the Four of Swords. Let's take a look deeper in that. Now, the Four of Swords is about healing, resting, taking a break. When I look at that too, in the unexpected, it could be coming out of that. That's why I want to clarify it before I go too deeply. Yeah, so it could be coming out of it. Five of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. So it could be like, yeah, you could be unexpectedly realizing that you're done with an energy of fighting. And it has to do, again, back to this is the Queen of Pentacles, though, like wanting something specific as far as money or home or something. There's like something very specific, but you're done fighting for that for right now. And it's kind of surprising you. It's like, nope, I can't keep fighting this. The Five of Swords. So there's a real challenge here. You feel like you're being really held back, and you're done with that. but it has to do with money, home, or stability to some degree or another. I don't think it's family. I'm not getting that energy of any of the cards. It's more like directly related to you, not other people around you. So I do feel like you're just kind of going no, and it surprises you that you don't want to keep fighting this energy. Um, and again, it's going to lead to choices with the Seven of Cups here. So I think, and then the Eight of Swords, I think you're going to fight that Four of Swords a little bit too. So you, and the challenge, you have the Death card. I think it speaks for itself. It's basically saying that, yeah, changes are hard. This is going to be a challenge, but it's more than a change. So this is a transformation. This is really making room for something really better, but you're struggling with that. You know, it's getting in your way a little bit. The challenge position in a daily reading like this is just something for you to be aware of. So like if there's something in your mind and you can't put, I might be just, you know, worried about the change, right? So that's what it's there for. So I think that that speaks for itself. The Four of Pentacles is in your strength, which is saying like, okay, you know, you're ready to do this. The Four of Pentacles, you know, he has saved up along the way. Now, sometimes it's about holding on too tightly, but not when it's in a position of strength, right? Well, I mean, sometimes it is strong to hold on too tightly to something, but not really. Not most of the time. It's really about everything that you've collected and you've earned and you've saved, because it's also about saving, not just holding on too tightly. It's also about accumulation. Accumulation, in this case, you have everything around you that you need to do this new opportunity. And you just need to realize that moving forward into it, because there's a stall here, right? So we have the Seven of Cups and where this leads. So it goes Seven of Cups, Eight of Swords, the Chariot. You've got, okay, you're going to run into having a lot of choices here with the Seven of Cups. I've got all of these choices. What am I going to do? You have the Eight of Swords. Oh, you feel stuck again. So as you're trying to figure out what to do next, you're feeling really stuck. Here's the key here. Sometimes we get stuck when we have a lot of options. I've got these options. Now I'm stuck because I don't know which way to go. Like making the decision is what's causing the Eight of Swords, basically. And then the Chariot's like, okay, full steam ahead, time to go, time to move. We'll clarify that. I'm going to clarify the Seven of Cups as well. Let's see what the Seven of Cups says. We'll do that in the Chariot. I think the Eight of Swords speaks for itself, unless these cards say something different. Tell me more about the Seven of Cups, please. The Wheel or Two of Swords? Yeah, it's going to be time for you to make a choice. Like you've got Wheel with the Two of Swords. And the wheel is like time is moving. Don't get stuck here. Do you want to be stuck or do you want to move forward? That is the question. And it's not necessarily telling us what our choices are, because for everybody it's going to be different, right? But if you're being faced with some choices, I would really look at figuring out how to make a decision here, because time is time. Time is part of this. Like time is, I'm not going to say time's running out because that's not fair. That's not really what it is, but things are moving. So get off the pot, right? Or shit. Sorry, that's like my dad saying, like, you got to do something. Okay. So what is the Chariot? I think that is so funny. I haven't said that in so long. My dad used to say it all the time. Chariot. Yeah, my dad was a Five of Wands, Six of Wands. Yeah. So here, the Five of Wands in this, what you don't see, you're going to get out of that conflicted energy, because now you recognize exactly what you need to do. So yeah, while this was in the lurking in the background, you realize that you were conflicted with the Five of Wands. I love this though, that the Six of Wands followed it, because that is definitely progression. And then with the Chariot, that's definitely forward movement. So for some of you, like, I really feel like this is related to your stability. And when I say stability, it's job, home. It could be moving because of the Chariot, but it could be going towards like a new home or a new job or a promotion or something completely different. I feel like for some of you, it's a new thing. because of the temperance and the high priestess energy, and you're looking at it. You're all okay. So with that temperance and the high priestess, the also the other feeling I was getting is looking at it like from a third party, like not as yourself, like really digging into it. You're really doing the research on this, and it's quiet, and there is no negative cards here as far as there isn't. It's like everything's happening. And even with that Seven of Cups and Eight of Swords, that's a normal part of life, right? Like we have a decision, it's hard to make one. We're going to be stuck for a hot second. And then once we do, we move forward. The sun is in your advice. And I mean, look at what truly brings you joy and make that choice on that. Like what is really good for me? Now, not to say that other people around you aren't important, especially if it's your family. Um, but like if you're worried about taking another job because you like the people that you're working with, well, if you really like them, you can stay in touch with them, right? Understand that you're being happy is really important, and finding joy is super important, and this is saying go towards the joy. Absolutely. So there you have your reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up button. Take care. Have a beautiful day.